Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Sunil Verma. The headlines. US carries out strikes on 3 nuclear sites in Iran. President Donald Trump describes it as a spectacular success. Under Operation Sindhu, 1,117 Indian nationals evacuated from Iran so far. Home Minister Amit Shah to lay foundation stone of National Forensic Sciences University and Central Forensic Science Laboratory campus in Raipur, Chhattisgarh today. IMD forecasts heavy rainfall in several parts of the country, including Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Sikkim today. And in tennis, India's Maaya Rajeshwaran clinches women's single ITF J200 Gladbeck title in Germany. US President Donald Trump has said the United States has attacked 3 nuclear sites, including Fordo in Iran. In a social media post, he said that the US has successfully conducted the strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities at Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan, and all planes are now out of Iranian airspace. Addressing the nation this morning, Trump described the strikes as a spectacular success. He said the objective of the attacks was to stop Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and put a stop to the nuclear threat posed by world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity. Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu congratulated US President Trump on his decision of striking Iran's nuclear facilities. He released a video praising Mr. Trump's decision to attack Iran, stating that it will change history. He further said, under Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things.
Bold decision to target Iran's nuclear facilities with the awesome and righteous might of the United States will change history. In Operation Rising Lion, Israel has done truly amazing things. But in tonight's action against Iran's nuclear facilities, America has been truly unsurpassed. History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons.
Meanwhile, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has described the US attacks on Iran as a dangerous escalation, warning that the conflict in the Middle East could quickly get out of control. In a social media post, he said it is a direct threat to international peace and security. He called on member states to de-escalate and to uphold their obligations under the UN Charter and other rules of international law. He emphasized there is no military solution and the only path forward is diplomacy. Israeli forces yesterday launched fresh strikes against Iran's critical port city of Bandar Abbas in the southwestern part of the country. Israeli military described the targeted place as unmanned aerial vehicle depots and weapons facilities. Port city of Bandar Abbas serves as Iran's most important commercial gateway, housing the country's main port, naval headquarters and vital oil infrastructure near the Strait of Hormuz, through which 20% of global oil trade passes. Israel also launched airstrikes against the Isfahan nuclear site as Iran sent missiles and drones towards Israel. A report from our correspondent.
The conflict between Iran and Israel is intensifying, drawing growing concern from regional powers and international observers. In the latest escalation, Iran launched around 40 drones towards Israeli territory. In response, Israeli forces struck what they described as dozens of military targets in southwestern Iran. Among the sites hit was an emergency center in Khuzestan province, which according to Iranian media included a university reported to have been completely destroyed in the bombardment. The conflict has prompted warnings from Iran-backed groups across West Asia, with Houthi forces cautioning the United States against military action targeting Iran. The rebels specifically threatened to target American ships and warships in the Red Sea if Washington joins launch Israel's military campaign against Iran. Vinod Kumar for Akashvani News from Dubai.
As many as 1,117 Indian nationals have been evacuated from Iran under Operation Sindhu so far. The Ministry of External Affairs said last night 290 Indian nationals have returned home safely from Iran on a special flight from Mashhad that landed in New Delhi. Yesterday evening, another evacuation flight from Mashhad landed in New Delhi with 310 Indian nationals from Iran. People who were evacuated from Iran thanked Indian government for making good arrangements.
We all Indians are really thankful to the Indian government who had put this much effort. And the interesting thing was that they just opened that air base from Mashhad just for the Indian students, and that was really appreciable. Thank you.
बहुत अच्छा महसूस कर रहे हैं अपने वतन में आके। यहाँ की भी गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत अच्छा किया, वहाँ भी लोगों ने किया, और मैं तो धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ अपनी एम्बेसी को, जो वहाँ लोग बेचारे हमारे पीछे दिन रात लगे रहे, और हमारी मोदी सरकार का जिंदाबाद।
Thank you India and thank you Indian Embassy. They helped us a lot in every situation. They were with us in every situation. All credit goes to them.
Meanwhile, Nepal and Sri Lanka have expressed gratitude to India for assisting in the evacuation of the citizens under Operation Sindhu from conflict-hit Iran. Nepal's Foreign Minister Arzu Rana Dyoba thanked External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar for assisting in evacuating Nepali students. In a social media post, she expressed gratitude for India's swift assistance in helping to evacuate Nepali nationals from Iran. The Indian embassy in Iran said that it had made efforts to evacuate citizens of Nepal and Sri Lanka and noted that the efforts were made at the request of the governments of Nepal and Sri Lanka. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. And for details of stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and download News on AIR app. Union Home Minister Amit Shah will be on a 2-day visit to Chhattisgarh from today. During his visit, he will participate in various programs in the capital Raipur and Narayanpur district of the state. More from our correspondent.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah will lay the foundation stone of the campus of National Forensic Science University and Central Forensic Science Laboratory in Raipur. Mr. Shah will hold a meeting with the Director General of Police and Additional Director General of Police of Chhattisgarh and neighbouring states in Nava Raipur on security-related issues. In another meeting, the Union Home Minister will also review security on left-wing extremism. On the second day tomorrow, the Union Home Minister will visit the Bujmad area of Narayanpur district of Bastar division and interact with the villagers there. The Union Home Minister will also visit the Border Security Force camp located in Irakbhatti area of the Narayanpur district and interact with the Jawans. Vikalp Shukla, Akashvani News, Raipur.
In Tripura, the state government has decided to give government jobs to the next of the kin of the victims of political violence in the erstwhile Left Front government. We have details from our correspondent.
Talking to Akashvani News, Tripura Power Minister Ratan Lal Nath said, as of now, 39 petitions have been received by the state government. The district magistrates and superintendents of police will verify the petitions, and based on the report, the recommendation will be made by the committee of state government to provide jobs to the eligible family members of the victims. Presently, 18 petitioners have got jobs in Information and Cultural Affairs Department, Secondary Education Department, Revenue Department, Elementary Education Department, and Food and Civil Supplies Department of Tripura government. The compassionate stance taken by the state government under the leadership of Chief Minister Dr. Manik Saha is in sync with the ideals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas that aims to build an Atmanirbhar Bharat. Kunal Shinde, Akashvani News, Agartala.
India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast heavy to very heavy rainfall in Madhya Pradesh, Konkan and Goa, Madhya Maharashtra, Gujarat, Eastern Rajasthan, South Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sub-Himalayan West Bengal and Sikkim today. Very heavy rainfall is expected in Jharkhand, Gangetic West Bengal, Delhi, Kerala and coastal Karnataka today, whereas hot and humid conditions are very likely in Tamil Nadu, coastal Andhra Pradesh and Rayalaseema. In Brazil, at least 8 people died in a hot air balloon accident in Praia Grande in the southern state of Santa Catarina last night. The crash occurred near a health center. According to the pilot, a fire started inside the basket, prompting him to lower the balloon. When it was close to the ground, he instructed passengers to jump. In tennis, India's Maaya Rajeshwaran has clinched the women's single ITF J200 Gladbeck title in Germany. The 16-year-old defeated Switzerland's Noelia Manta 6-2, 6-4 in the final. This triumph marks Maaya's maiden ITF junior title on European clay. It is Maaya's 7th ITF junior title overall. Her earlier titles include victories at J100 and J300 events. Indian junior men's hockey team suffered a heavy 1-7 defeat to hosts Germany in their opening match of the four-nation tournament in Berlin. India will aim to bounce back in their next matches against Australia tomorrow and Spain on Tuesday in the remaining pool fixtures. The tournament follows a round-robin format with the top two teams advancing to the final. In the first match of the Anderson Tendulkar Trophy, hosts England will resume their first innings from 209 for 3 against India's 471 on day 3 at Headingley, Leeds today. When stumps were drawn yesterday, Ollie Pope was unbeaten on 100, while Harry Brook was yet to open his account. Jasprit Bumrah claimed all 3 of England's wickets. Earlier, India resumed their first innings with an overnight score of 359 for 3. Put into bat first, the visitors initially looked in full control of the match with brilliant centuries by opener Yashasvi Jaiswal, skipper Shubman Gill and his deputy Rishabh Pant. In some more international news, in Nigeria, a suspected female suicide bomber killed at least 12 people and injured several others at a fish market in northeastern Borno state. According to Borno State Police, the woman, wearing an improvised explosive device, infiltrated the crowd before detonating it. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Tanvi.
Thank you, Sunil. The Hindu quotes Prime Minister Modi as saying that yoga should guide the world from stress to solutions. He stated this as he led the celebration of the 11th International Day of Yoga yesterday. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has ordered Air India to remove 3 officials over serious lapses, write The Asian Age. Israel strikes Iranian nuclear facility in Isfahan, kills 3 guard commanders is the top headline in the Indian Express. As Trump weighs Iran strike, US moves stealth bombers, headlines Hindustan Times. The Financial Action Task Force in its report has highlighted Pakistan's missile smuggling via sea, writes The Pioneer, quoting a case study detailing interception by Indian authorities in 2020 of items meant for Pakistan's ballistic missile program misdeclared as medical equipment. And finally, an Indian Air Force aircraft airlifted organs from Pune to Delhi on Friday night, helping save 3 lives, reports The Times of India. The donor was the mother of a serving soldier who had been declared brain dead. And with that, it's back to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Tanvi. And we have some news from Telangana. In Telangana, the statewide revenue Sadasulu or revenue conferences held at village level during the past over 15 days to resolve long pending land disputes has received more than 8.5 lakh applications. The state government has taken the initiative as part of the implementation of the Bhupharti Act to resolve agricultural land issues at the village and mandal levels. And in football, the Indian under-23 men's national team played out a goalless draw with Kyrgyz Republic in an international friendly match in Hisor, Tajikistan, yesterday, that is. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. US carries out strikes on 3 nuclear sites in Iran. President Donald Trump describes it as a spectacular success. Under Operation Sindhu, 1,117 Indian nationals evacuated from Iran so far. Home Minister Amit Shah to lay foundation stone of National Forensic Sciences University and Central Forensic Science Laboratory campus in Raipur, Chhattisgarh today. IMD forecasts heavy rainfall in several parts of the country, including Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh and Sikkim today. And in tennis, India's Maaya Rajeshwaran clinches women's single ITF J200 Gladbeck title in Germany. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.